Hi there, I'm Irfan Malik once again in front of you with a new video lecture entitled on what is living. This is the first part of chapter first, and in this chapter we will discuss about the characters of living organism. So before studying the characters of living organism, I have a kind request to subscribe the channel for more videos. Thank you. So my dear, be ready to study the characters of living organism. My dear, in the previous classes we have studied already that there are some specific characters which is found only in living organism, and these characters are as number 1 the growth, number 2 the reproduction, number 3 metabolism, number 4 cellular organization, number 5 consciousness, and number 6 homeostasis. These all are the specific characters which make any substance to living things. So my dears, now in the video we will discuss more special about these characters, which is very special for the various kinds of competitive exams like NEET, PMT, KVS, NVS, TGT, PGT, also NET, and etc. So first of all we will brief about the growth. As we know that growth is the increasement in mass and increasement in number of an individual is called growth. Hence you can define the growth as growth is the increasement in mass and increasement in number is called growth. My dear friend, growth are irreversible and permanent, means once growth is occurs, it cannot be back or remove. It is very important thing about the growth. You have to know that growth is the result of metabolism, means when the rate of metabolism will increase, the rate of growth also will increase. But when the rate of metabolism will decrease, then the rate of growth also will decrease. The important thing what I want to tell you about the growth is when the rate of anabolism is more than rate of catabolism, the growth will occurs. Remember the point, when the rate of anabolism is more than rate of catabolism, the growth will occurs. But when the rate of catabolism is more than rate of anabolism, the degrowth or negative growth is occurs. And this question has been asked many times by the Aligarh Muslim Universities, BHU and JNU also. My dear friends, growth may be the intrinsic growth, means when growth occurs from inside the body can be said the intrinsic growth. Similarly, when growth occurs from outside the body can be said the extrinsic growth, means on the basis of locations growth may be intrinsic and growth may be extrinsic. But now on the basis of limit, growth may be classified into two categories, such as first is the indeterminate or unlimited growth. When growth is occurs continuously throughout their life can be said the indeterminate or unlimited growth. Such type of growth can be seen in the plants. That is the reason the plants continuously growing throughout their life. And second type is the determinate or limited growth, means when growth is occurs only up to certain age, the growth can be shared as the determinate or limited growth. Such type of growth can be seen in animal. For example, human being can grow up to 18 to 20 years only. So you can say that when growth occurs only up to certain age, such type of growth can be said the determinate or limited growth. And my dear friend, these all are the very important facts about the growth for the various kinds of competitive exams. So I want to concentrate your mind on these things. Now we have to go far, and that is the important thing about growth. Growth can be measured by the horizontal microscope, and this question is already asked in PMT 2016 and 18 also. Growth can be measured by the oxanometer. Oxanometer is a tool by which you can measure the rate of growth. Third, the growth can be measured by the crescograph. Crescograph is a device which is developed by the Jagdish Chandra Bose. Crescograph can be measured the rate of growth up to 10,000 times, and it can give you the information of growth per second. Remember the point, these tools are very important for the exams. So you have to concentrate your mind on these points also. Now, in the absence of these tools, you can measure the growth by calculating increase in cell number, increase in weight, increase in volume, increase in diameter, and increase in surface area. These points are some keys by which you can measure the rate of growth. Now, there are one more thing what I want to share with you, because growth has some exceptions, like growth is found in both living and non-living things. Remember the points, growth can be seen in both living and non-living thing. The second exception is that growth cannot occur in dead organism. Remember the point, second exception is that growth cannot occur in dead organism. Hence, growth is not defined properties of living organism. I hope you have got more about the growth. Now let us move to the second characters of living organism, and that is the reproduction. My dear friends, as you know already, that reproduction is the power of production of progeny. Means reproduction is the special ability of production of progeny. Reproduction is a process by which any living organism can be multiply itself. Reproduction occurs in all living organisms, either microorganism or macroorganism, from virus to bacteria to insect to lizard to mammals. In all kinds of animals, reproduction will occur. Reproduction will start at certain age, which is known as the adult phase. Reproduction is very helpful to avoid extinction of species due to their death, and that is the important thing about the reproduction. Sometimes questions may be asked that what is the advantage of reproduction, what is the benefits of reproduction. So answer of this question is that reproduction is very helpful to avoid, to remove extinction of species due to their death. In multicellular organism, all the progeny will be different from their parents, but in case of unicellular organism, the progeny will be identical to their parents, and that is due to the meiosis division, which is found in asexual, which is not found in asexual reproduction, but it is found in sexual reproduction. Meiosis is the answer which bring the variations in organism? And this is very important question for those who are going to be appear in the PGT's exam or National Eligibility Test for Lecturership or JRF. Now, the growth and reproduction in cellular organism would be same. In unicellular organism, the growth and reproduction would be same. There will not be any difference between growth and reproduction. This is an exception. This is a topic for the debate in between of scientists. Some scientists believe that growth and reproduction are the same process in all the unicellular organism. Now, my dear friends, as you know that reproduction may be of two types. First is the asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is a process of is a way of reproduction. Asexual reproduction is a process by which any single parent, either male or female, are able to produce their progeny without fertilization and meiosis events. Mean to say, in asexual reproduction, the fertilization and meiosis both events will not be present. Means, in the absence of fertilization and in the absence of meiosis, only single parents can produce their progeny by following the fragmentation, budding, fission, and regeneration. These all are the ways by which asexual reproduction can take place. Second type is the sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is a biological process in which both male or female parents exchange their genetic material by following fertilization and meiosis. They produce their offspring. Now, my dear, remember the point, similar to the growth, reproduction also has the exceptions. Means, first exception is that I told you reproduction will occur in all kinds of living organism, but here are some exceptions, and that is the organism like mule, infertile human couple, and worker honey bees, means drones, cannot be reproduced, and that is the exceptions which is so that reproduction cannot defined. Second exception means growth and reproduction both are not defined properties. Once again, I want to tell you that the properties, the characters which has exceptions can be said the not defined properties, and the characters, the features, the characters which has no exceptions can be considered as the defined properties. Now here you have to remember only this point, that growth and reproduction both has exceptions, due to which these both characters are known as non-defined properties. Rest of the features would be the defined properties of living organism, because rest of the features will not have any exceptions, such as the third features is the metabolism. Metabolism is the specific characters or defined properties of living organism which is found only in living organism. As you know that all the living organisms are made up by the thousands of chemicals. You know already that all the living organisms are made up by thousands of chemicals. Hence, inside the body these chemicals being changed into one form to another form, which is known as the biomolecules or two form biomolecules. Now, my dear, such conversion of these chemicals are known as the metabolism. Means if you want to define the metabolism, what is metabolism? Then you have to define it as the conversion of chemicals from one form to another form inside the body is known as the metabolism. And my dear, metabolism is complete into two steps, and these steps are the catabolism and anabolism. In the previous classes, you have studied already that catabolism is the destructive process of metabolism, while anabolism is the constructive process of anabolism. Let us, we have to see a pictures through which we can understand the process of metabolism. In these pictures, you are looking that metabolism has two steps. First, the upper catabolism, and second, the lower anabolism. Catabolism means when larger molecules of chemicals will break down, will split into smaller molecule, can be considered the catabolism. On the other hand, when the various smaller molecules combine together to form a larger molecule, can be said the anabolism. When these both process continuously occurs inside the body, commonly it is known as the metabolism. And now the result of metabolism is the energy. Energy is very essential things for all the life process. In the absence of energy, all the life process cannot occur. And now you are getting that metabolism is the features by which all the life process can affect. Means metabolism is the features who can affect to all the living or life process. Now you know already that metabolism is occurs in both multicellular as well as unicellular organism. Metabolism found in all plants, animal, fungi and other microbes like virus, bacteria, algae, etc. So the metabolism, the total chemical reactions in our body can be considered the metabolism. Metabolic reactions can be performed outside the body. Yes, it is truth, because I told you that the chemical reactions uh, is considered as the metabolic reactions which can be performed outside the body, inside the labs, inside the test tube, you can be perform it. But when you perform the metabolic reaction inside the test tube, it will neither living nor non-living. Why? I will give you the answer in the next. And the answer of this question is because metabolism does not have any exceptions, like metabolism found in all living organisms. This is the conditions of metabolism. Metabolism only found in living organism. And second is because in non-living things, so the metabolism, hence metabolism is a defined properties of living organism, and these both conditions are also the answer of that questions which I asked you. Now the fourth is cellular organizations. As you know that all the living organism from microorganism to higher organism is made up by the cell. These cells provide the structure to the organism. These cells provide the perform all needy functions for the organism. This cell may be small in size, this cell may be large in size, this cell may be rounded in shape, this cell may be irregular in shape, means cell may be different in shape, cell may be different in size, cell may be different in functions, cell may be work together or cell may be work independently, cell may be single or cell may be grouped. It is the defined properties of living organism. All the non-living things is not made up by the cell. They are made up by the atoms, and atoms is not cell. But all the cell are found, can be seen in only living organism. Because it is cell is not found in any non-living things, hence it is a defined properties. Now next is the consciousness. Consciousness is the power, is the ability to sense. Sense means feeling to the surroundings environment. Consciousness is very complicated features of any living organism. As you will improve in higher classes, as you will go to the higher classes, the consciousness will become complicated. My dear friends, as we can sense physically, chemically and biological stimuli through the sense organ, light, water, heat, temperature, air and pH. These all are the factors who can cause sense in the plants. Plants mean to say plants can sense their surroundings environments through the light, through the water, through the heat, through the temperature, through the air, through the pH. And these questions may be asked in the exams. It is very important point. Human is only organism who has self consciousness. We have no need to someone other to feel our surroundings environment. We can feel, we can sense our surroundings environment independently because we have self consciousness. We have the power of self consciousness. Now, because consciousness is found only in living organism, consciousness has no exception, hence it is a defined properties. Now, next is the homeostasis. My dear, homeostasis term was coined by the Walter Cannon. Homeostasis is the ability to maintain their internal body temperature, to maintain internal oxygen tension, to maintain internal blood pH with the external environment. Remember, third point, you can define homeostasis as the ability to maintain internal body temperature, internal oxygen tension, internal blood pH with the external environment can be said the homeostasis. Homeostasis is very highly developed in warm-blooded animal which is living on the land, and this may be the important questions for the exams. So I have I want to ask you that you have to concentrate on this point also. Homeostasis is highly developed in warm-blooded animal which is living on land. Now, the homeostasis also found in all the living organisms from plant to puppy to peoples, either microorganism or macroorganism. Homeostasis found in all kinds of animals. It is once again homeostasis has not any exceptions. Homeostasis is not found in non-living thing. Homeostasis only found in living organism, hence it is a defined properties of living organism. Now my dear friends, in the ending of this video, I want to ask you that how you feel to see these pictures. If you feel good, then please ask me. My coming video is the diversity in the living world, which will be available on the channel as soon as possible. So stay tuned with the channel. If you feel good, then I request to subscribe the channel. I request to share with needy people. Please like this thing so that I can give you more about diversity.